Okay, so we are just about wrapped up with our little side quest tour here. I'm going to heal up my Pokemon, and then I'm going to head back on over to Route 3. I flew back to Striaton City for a special reason. This isn't like the most exciting side quest optional area in the game, but after you've gotten Surf, you can return to the Wellspring Cave on Route 3. There's not like a lot there. You don't need to worry about stocking up on any Pokeballs or Ultra Balls or whatnot, because you can't even catch any new Pokemon here. But you do want to make sure your Pokemon are healed, and you will find some pretty sweet Fighting-type TMs down here. So if you've got a Fighting-type, or actually there's moves that'll work even if you don't, you definitely want to check this place out. So there's an elixir there, and let's see, I'm going to turn the dowsing machine on. And, alright, here we go. An escape rope. That very well may come in handy, in case you want to make a quick break for it out of here. Now, my dowsing machine's telling me there's some items up here, so I'm going to check them out really quick. Because I didn't have that on my first trip here. Now, right here is the ever-useful PP Up, which raises the power points of your move. Well, one of your moves. And it raises it by, I think, like 20% or something. So you might as well use it. And that's the max PP as well, so it gives you more uses of your attacks. Ideally, it's best on those nice moves with about 15 PP or so, because after you've used 3 on it, it'll end up with 24 PP, and that's so much more convenient than 15. Using it on a move with only 5 PP will only raise it by 1 point. And even though that can make a difference, it's not quite as drastic of a difference as, like, 15 or higher. Obviously, using it on moves with, like, 40, yeah, you can do that, but does it make sense? Probably not. So down here, in the basement, you'll need to use Flash if you want to have any hopes of seeing where you're going. You can traverse down here without Flash, but it's strongly recommended. Just take a moment to teach it to one of your Pokemon, or go back and get one that can learn it. There's a max potion over there, but there's another item I'm looking at that I want to get. So you need to surf across this little corner there. I know, so dumb. And then you need to pick up the first of the 2 TMs down here. TM47, Low Sweep. Now, Low Sweep is a 60 power fighting type attack. It's basically Bulldozer, except only a single target and a fighting type attack. So it's a fighting type attack, 60 power, and it lowers the target's speed afterwards. Competitive eating is one thing I'm good at. Well, I hope you're hungry for a beating, that's for sure, because I'm gonna hand serve it to you, pal. Okay, so this guy has a Scraggy on his team. Gotta love that Scraggy. Alright, well, I've got Hope going, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, so you're going to be getting Brick Break as soon as you end up in the next city. So whether or not you want to invest too much of your thought into Low Sweep, it's up to you. If you haven't gotten Brick Break yet, you might as well for your fighting types if you don't have a better alternative. Also, one thing to keep in mind is the speed lowering can make a very big difference. You might not think it at first. You might think, oh, well, I'll be better off using 2 shots of like Brick Break or a comparable fighting type attack. But a lot of fighting type Pokemon are slower, or Pokemon that can learn Low Sweep are slower. So even though you might not be able to one-hit KO something as easily, wow, that hurt. Jeez, dude. Even though you might not be able to one-hit KO things as effectively, you'll only be receiving damage for 1 attack rather than 2 if you can't one-hit KO it. Because in-game, oftentimes that speed lowering will give you just the advantage you need in order to outspeed them on the next turn. This isn't good. This is quite precarious here. That throw did a lot more damage than I thought it would. So I'm actually going to let Hope rest for a little bit, and I'm going to send out Wylia, my awesome little Elgium there, and I'm going to let her go to town on her Sock. Hopefully she'll be able to handle it. Now, Sock does have Sturdy, so I know I'm not going to be able to take it out in 1 hit, but I'm hoping to at least do some damage to it. This bulk up is quite annoying, though. Mostly because it's going to do a lot more damage to me. Although, thankfully, it looks like this guy just decided to use all its time bulking up rather than actually hitting me. So I'll definitely take that as a blessing. Okay, Sock is out of here. Good job, Wylia. Reached level 38. So close. What I'm bad at is Pokemon battles. Yeah, you got that right. Okay, so... let's switch things around, heal up a little bit, and... Oh, Trainer, do you want to learn a bitter lesson? Do you want to learn a bitter lesson? Yes? I do want to learn a bitter lesson. How's that? No, I don't want to learn a bitter... What kind of a question is that? Would you go up to someone and ask, do you want to learn a bitter lesson? How would you respond to that? I mean, of course you're going to say no. I don't want to learn a bitter lesson. That's pretty dumb. Why would I want to do that? Well, whatever. Ooh, rock slide. Oh, jeez. I've gotten so lucky on those rock slide misses, I don't even realize that something has them. I keep forgetting. Oh, well. I made short work of that Girder. And, oh, she's got a Sock as well. Well, I'll just take it out all the same. Okay, Leaf Blade this thing. Right to its face. Yeah, Brick Break. Brick Break? Can't Brick Break me. Ha, this is like nothing. It's because I'm a bug. I'm just gonna finish it off with Shadow Claw. Mostly because, I don't know, I just want to conserve my PP, of course. The training is over! Okay. Good for you. Are you looking for Pokemon here, or are you just taking a walk? Either way, you'll battle me! Have a battle with me, or whatever, I don't know. Who cares? Okay, so... I think she's the final battle girl you'll have to fight down here. As always, you know, she has a whole ton of fighting types on her team. The, you know, Girder thing, holding that giant... that beam, whatchamacallit. It's gonna do that whole bulk up thing against me. Oh, swell. And, hopefully that doesn't give it enough defense to survive. I really don't want to have to waste another attack on it. There we go. Okay, good. I don't know why I was so worried, but whatever. I could just see it, you know, being left with like one hit point, and then smashing me with a +1 rock slide or something. That would just be a pain. And getting a critical hit. You know it would happen to me, right? Okay, so I'm going to send out Marriland against this throw, just to give him a little bit of experience, because he's in desperate, dire need of that. I'll have him use Surf against it, because, you know, why not? Should do plenty of... Oh, well, okay, I guess not. Not as much as I thought, by any means. Oh, well. Well, I'll just keep at it. I don't think this thing will do that much to me. Marriland's pretty sturdy. Oh, it's just going to spend all its time bulking up, for goodness sakes. Like, do I really care? Okay, well, obviously, if I were not doing a lot of damage, I'd be really worried about that bulk up. Because, I mean, that thing could hit very hard if it did hit me. What is it? I can't explain it, but you are great! I know, I'm awesome. Even if you forget about this battle, I will never forget this! I will never forget this. Okay, I'm glad I was so memorable to you. Now I'm gonna put back on my dowsing machine and pick up this Hyper Potion, just hiding right there in that rock. Repel's effect wore off. Now, I know I have Repel on. Oh, yeah, there's a Mystic Water here, which can soup up that Surf. Actually, I should put that on in Marriland. So, yeah, that was just a Woobat. It was like a level 13 Woobat. It's basically the same Woobat you could find upstairs. So... please, put on a Repel, for goodness sake. Save yourself the hassle of fighting weak-level Pokemon that aren't going to do you any good. Yeah, I was really disappointed that there's not anything cooler down here. There's just the same old Woobat and, Roggenrola. And there's also Drilbur, if you can find the swirling sand stuff. Now, back here is the, it's TM52, and that contains Focus Blast. Now that's a very powerful 120 power, special-based fighting type attack, but it only has 70 accuracy. Whether or not you want to use it, it's up to you and your playstyle, but, you know, a lot of Pokemon that aren't fighting type can learn it though, so it can give them a little extra variety. I don't usually recommend it because it's inaccurate. But if you want to, hey, why not? Now right here, that's that swirling dust I'm telling you about. And that's where you can either find some random gem thing or item, or you can run into Drilbur. Now you can actually catch these way early on in the game. I did that in one of my playthroughs, I think of my Japanese White, and I caught a Drilbur and used it on my team. And once this thing turns into Excadrill, oh my goodness, it is so amazing because it earthquakes like a fiend. It is part steel type, so that gives it like a bajillion resistances. And it has sky-high attack that you can just make higher with Sword Stance and Hone Claws and things. The only downside is having to use a Drilbur all that time, because Drilbur is, you know, as much as it looks adorable and cute and whatnot, that's about all it is. It's not very powerful. It doesn't learn that many good moves until it evolves. And I think that's like level 30 something. I don't remember exactly, but I do know it's a bit of a hassle. But it is very worth it if you can invest your time in that. And you can get that on your first visit to the Wellspring Cave, too. It's just a little bit of a pain because you don't have access to repels quite as easily. Also, you can catch higher level ones later on, too, like in the Charged Stone Cave and in the upcoming Twist Mountain. I'm going to be checking out after this. And you know what? Now that I've done, like, I've found everything in this cave. I've done all there is to do here. So I'm just going to dig and get out and make my way back onto Route 3 here. There we go. Look at that. I am safe and sound. So I'm going to hop on my bicycle and I'm going to ride on over. Well, hold on. Let me rearrange things really quick. I'm thinking about that egg. I wanted to try hatch it, but it's just taking too long and it's being a pain. And spoilers, that egg, it just contains a Larvesta, for goodness sakes. You can catch a spoilers Volcarona later on in the game. That's so much better, so there's really no reason at all you should be training one of those. Okay, so I'm going to look through my box here, because I know I have, I put in Judo Mario when I was going exploring, because I wanted to give that egg an opportunity to hatch, but it's just taking way too long. So I'm going to deposit this egg here for good. Sorry. I know, 7/21, wow, or 7/27, whatever the date was. I'm so backlogged. Yeah, so I'm going to put that away, and then I'm going to reclaim Judo Mario to my team. Welcome back, buddy. It's been a while. Okay, so now, oh yeah, there's my failed Elgium. Haha. Okay, yeah, well, let's get his moves all set up, item, whatnot, and, well, I think that's about all there is to do here. I think I've done all the optional stuff I can do. So, you know what that means, it's time to fly back to Marriland City, and then I'm going to head on over to Twist Mountain. But only after I've healed my Pokemon and ran into a Zekrom inside the Pokemon Center. I know, it is kind of funny how I always have that Zekrom ending and whatnot right as soon as I enter a Pokemon Center. Oh well, whatever. We'll explore Twist Mountain on the next episode of Pokemon White.